Welcome back again to Ark Raiders. For this video, we are going to be going over quite possibly the safest and one of the best loot routes in the game right now. I've gotten a bunch of purples, a bunch of blues and blueprints in a single run, and over 100,000 credits if done correctly with the amount of loot slots we have available. We're going to be going over everything in this video and I hope you all enjoy, and if you do, please consider dropping a like down below and remember to subscribe for more Ark Raider videos. So a few very important tips that you need in order to do this as safely as possible. First things first, go into your workshop and go to your utility station, and if you can craft your raider hatch key, this is very important to the reason why it's the safest route possible. If you can't create them, you can also buy them from the traders. Go over to security and you can buy one every 24 hours for 9,000 coins. Okay, and another thing you want to make sure you also do have is your inventory, your empty slots augments. If you have a looting MK1 or 2, definitely have one of them on because it increases the amount of slots that you can carry items and your carry weights. From one run, I managed to get a purple assault rifle, a purple cloak, a purple wolf pack, a bunch of blue items that I can sell for thousands and thousands of coins, a bunch of money, like over 150,000 coins just from looting, a bunch of blueprints, weapons, ammo, all the good stuff. So you can get a lot of loot and it takes 10 minutes to do this route, okay? In terms of weapons, you don't really need much. You can go in there with like just a shotgun just to protect yourself with. A Prego is pretty good as well. And just some ammo just to keep yourself safe. Okay, so once you're ready, we're going to go ahead and go into the buried city. You can also do this in the night raid to get even higher and better rewards. But for video purposes, we're just going to go into the normal one. All right, so we have finally started in the lobby. Now, the timer, you want it to be at 29 minutes just because the later the game is, the less likely that you're going to get loot. Okay, so we're going to start things off inside the Piazza Arbisto. This is the first clinic we're going to hit. And then we're going to make our way down to Plaza Rosa. And then we're going to hit the second pharmacy. And then we're going to end things off right here, just next to the apartments in this area right here. This is the final place we're going to loot. And then we're going to exfil in the old town hatch, if possible, if you do have a hatch key. And then if you don't have one, you can also escape at these locations here, the Western Station. You can also in the Southern Station, if possible. And that's how we're going to exit. So let's go ahead and do the run. All right, so this run is me and one of my friends, Worthy. We're actually going to be doing this run as a duo, just for that increased safety and also the loot. So obviously we're going to first hit the plaza and we're going to hit the first pharmacy. So let's go ahead and speed run all the way there. All right, here we go. We're going to hit the first plaza right here. You do actually have to breach into this. It's going to be a bit loud, but hopefully there's no one around you. So I'm not going to loot every single thing in here, but I highly recommend you do. Just for video purposes, I'm just going to run around and show you exactly where we're going to be looting. So door decides to glitch out right there. So as soon as you go in, there's about 2 floors, I think, in this, or maybe more. But you want to just go and hit pretty much all the stores, collect every bit of items. Some pretty good right there, actually, where I was just looking, just before you go up the stairs. There can be a cache or weapon crate that does spawn there, which is very, very good loot as well. So open all the dressers. There's going to be some purples in here, possibly even some weapons in some cases. A lot of valuable items. And yeah, so we're going to be looting this area right here as well. More items for us to sell and use for upgrading, crafting, selling, or just all-round recycling. Here we go, our first weapon. It's only a gray, nothing crazy, but we can obviously dismantle that or use it along the way. Some items to sell. Obviously, you can see here, I didn't actually go in there with a looting MK2, so I'm really, really low on space. But from here, once you fully looted it, I didn't fully loot it, we're going to make our way down to the second plaza right here. So let's go ahead and skip the time in order to get there. All right, so here we go. We are finally at the plaza. Just be careful. There are some enemies, some arc enemies that can kill you. So if you go to the back of the plaza, not the front door, you jump up right here. There's actually a ledge you can jump through the window. And that allows you to be completely safe because the only way through is either the window or the breach door. If someone tries to breach you, be careful of some of the robots. This one is the only first time that's actually ever spawned in there for me. It's quite loud, obviously, and it does destroy you, so go ahead and kill it. And you want to run downstairs. Most of the loot is going to be downstairs. And basically the same thing again. Go ahead and open up all the chests, all the drawers. There's also a decent area where you can get some very, very high loot just in that room right there. So obviously the kitchen is going to be some decent loot in here. Very, very high valuable items that you can sell. If you go through, there's going to be some more chest of drawers actually. So you want to just loot everything. Again, I'm just going through them. I'm not going to loot them just so I can show you exactly what you can get. Hopefully your luck is a little bit better than mine so far. And just in here to the right, these is where you're going to find some really, really high valuable items. Purples, things that you can sell for thousands, increase drop rates as well in the nighttime mode. So I think here I actually do manage to find a purple item, more weapons. So hopefully we do actually get that purple item right now. Let's have a look. There we go. There is the cloak. We can just probably place that somewhere. And then obviously, yeah, go ahead, go crazy, loot everything. But the most amount of loot actually is in the final area, which we're going to go ahead and make our way there in just a second. So if you go downstairs, there's going to be even more items to loot, a bunch of more drawers. Again, just like the first plaza, loot everything that you possibly can. I'm just going to show you exactly where all the loot spawns right here. It's basically just everywhere. It's so much loot for one person to carry. It really, really is. So that's why I did recommend getting that Luton MK2. So the next place is right next to us. So we don't actually have to travel far at all. Go ahead and breach your way out and get there. Alright, so here we are on the map, literally just in that little middle bit there. That's the window we need to go in, so we're just going to go into the left door first, and then we have to jump across. It's the only way of actually getting in there. So there you go, jump, grapple on. I actually really messed up there. Now to the right, there should be a weapon crate right there on the floor. If not, there's going to be one in the room to the right. This should be right there. There you go. There is your weapon crate. There is also another weapon crate, which I will show you how to get in just a second. There we go. More weapons, a bunch of valuables, a bunch of craftables. Now on top of there should also be another cache that you can go ahead and loot for even more rewards. Obviously, a bunch of drawers, a bunch of things that you can loot in this area. There's another robot that's dead right there. Go ahead, go crazy, loot everything you possibly can. I wish I could. But unfortunately not. There's a toaster right there. That's actually quite useful. Obviously back there's another loot place right there. In the bathroom, there's more. There's about 4 places you can loot right there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Again, there is another weapon crate that can actually spawn in here as well. And then, I don't think I actually managed to find anything that useful in there. But, some high valuable stuff. So, once we are done looting, there is your hatch, literally just outside of where you looted the final place. All you can do now is literally just run to your hatch and escape, or you can go to the nearest station as well. Now let me show you the final crate that you can actually get, the weapon crate, which is right next to the hatch as well. Obviously, so when you do jump out that window that we just looted, go through the left door, the one that you just jumped into. So go through the left one, go down the stairs, okay, and then when you come out, turn right, then run forward, and then when you get to the end, and then turn left, and you want to go through that door right there. It's very, very close. The hatch is literally just behind you, so you can just run and get your final weapon crate and then get the hell out of there with that much loot. It's really, really safe. You shouldn't fight anyone. Not every game is going to be the same. But anyway, keep going up exactly where I am. And your weapon crate will be just to the left inside that bathroom right there. There you go. There is another weapon crate for you. So you're basically going to be leaving this with a bunch of high value items, a bunch of weapons, a bunch of blueprints if you get lucky, a bunch of all round, not just purple weapons, but blue weapons, ammo, materials, everything. It's really, really good. So that's pretty much it for this video. Once you're ready, escape and you can have fun. Now it takes about 10 minutes on a really slow time. If you're really looting everything, maybe about 15 minutes. With a friend, it's going to be a lot quicker. So both of you can hit those loot spots. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.